Are we live? Have we done it? I think we've done it. Okay, I definitely need to get a little bit closer here. What if I take my Park Tool workbench and I use it as a Park Tool tripod slash workbench slash it works for anything you want it to. Boom. Look at that. That works. Until I need to turn my bars. What's up, Ayala? And back up just a little bit. Bring it a little closer. Okay, we can turn the bars. Hey, Kevin. So where we left off yesterday was my top cables needed done. Back cables were good. They still feel good. Barrel adjusters are all the way down. When's BMX News? In like 15 minutes. It's done. It's ready to go live. Everything about it is finished. I just gotta work on my brakes right now because this is when I have time. I think I'm gonna grab a bench or a seat. This will help me immensely. Don't you have a Park Tool 1? I do not have a Park Tool 1 yet. Probably should, but I don't yet. Okay, so what I need to do and what I want to make sure of, because, what's up, Brian? What I want to make sure of is that if you look in here at this barrel adjuster, you can see how it kind of like sticks down. Hey, Jack Seeley. Is this the Jack Seeley that goes to Woodward and absolutely shreds like a beast? But yeah, if you look at those barrel adjusters, they stick out quite a bit down the bottom. I don't know if it's too much. What's up, Nathan Brown? I don't know if that's like too much or if when I do that, my brakes are gonna bottom out and I'm gonna have to loosen that, and then I'm not gonna have any adjustment back here so that everything will be too tight. So I don't know if I wanna like do a happy medium. Wow. We have a legend in the chat. Jack Seeley from Woodward. If you guys haven't seen his Woodward video that he dropped, I talked about it in the news video. You gotta check it out. That dude's nuts. What do I think about the Soundwave V3? I think I wouldn't have one on my bike right here if I didn't love it. I think this is probably okay. If I pull it all the way down. All I'm hoping for right now is that, crap. I have to make sure when I tighten this, that when I pull my brakes, the gyro doesn't hit the top before they engage back here. Which I guess if I needed to get rid of that, I could tighten it down here. That would pull it closer while keeping that in the same spot. Gyros are freaking confusing sometimes. Oh, you live close to Christian? Dude, yeah. You guys gotta do a video together. You really do. Christian is a wild man in his realm. You're a wild man in your realm. It would be awesome. I think we're just gonna go for it, man. I didn't tighten this down enough. I'm rotating. What'd I miss? What's up? CX. So, actually, you work at a bike shop, CX. Maybe you can help me here. So I'm not totally sure on what I want to do here. So my barrel adjusters stick out the bottom of my gyro plate because they're super long. I don't want to tighten this down on my cables right now and then have it be the case that when I tighten it down, my gyro hits the gyro plate or the barrel adjuster before the brake pads are all the way against the rim. I don't want to screw myself by tightening this down and fraying the cables already. But the question then becomes, if I do it now I backed them out a little bit, and if I tighten it down now, raise the stem, can I do that? Do I have enough? You know what? You brought up a very valid point here. This is the time to do it. If I'm gonna raise my stem, I need to do it now. So let's see. We'll get a vote. We'll get a vote in the chat if I have enough fork tube to raise my stem at all. Raise it. Oh, well, the only thing is I can't raise it if there's not enough steer tube to raise it. Oh, dude. I don't even need to ask anyone. It can literally go up so far. Look at this. Where are we at? That's my fork in the top of the stem. I'd say I got a little bit of playroom there. Every time I work on my brakes, I end up with all my barrel adjusters maxed out. See, that's what I'm trying to avoid because I'm putting on brand new cable housings. I put on a new left side lower cable, reused this one. This cable, I feel like came off of someone's bike at the bike shop and is used. So like, not a big deal there. It should be semi-stretched already. But now what I have to do is find a headset spacer. Crap, because I don't know where I'm gonna find one of those at without leaving. I could take the phone with me. Let's see. I had the same issue with my F25 and a shorter steer tube. I just ran my pads closer to the rim so the gyro does not slam on top of the plate. Yeah, that is a thing. Dang it, I didn't throw it in here. I thought I threw in a gyro or a headset spacer. Do I have one in here? I have a huge one, but that's gonna be too much. I know where there's one at. Take out spring tension. That won't help me. That is considerably more than what I have. I think I know where there's some spacers at. I just didn't want to have to leave the phone sitting here. Let's see what we got here. So that one is more than double. Ugh. All right, well, since I'm gonna take it apart anyways, might as well just get the process started. I didn't expect to do this much, honestly. Ooh, no, never mind. I was gonna say I'll grease my stem bolts, but I don't feel like loosening up my stem up here right now. What do we got? I had to lower the gyro tabs on my Dodge bike to give enough room for the gyro to move. See, yeah, that's a thing. But I forgot that would happen. Oh, I forgot it wasn't on the ground. I'm an idiot. I am such an idiot. All right. Anyways, we're going to keep moving like that never happened. Well, the top's all situated. Whoops is right, man. This is exactly why we worked on Victoria's bike on the ground. Because of that. I completely forgot just now. Oh, dear God, that was funny. Okay, so what do I need to do to keep this from falling? So glad I turned it on. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. So let's see. I'm just gonna hold it. You're not the first person to do it, and you won't be the last. You are correct, sir. Okay, so here's my question. Zip tie to your down tube. Not a bad idea, but the zip ties are over there, and I'm over here, and it's already in there. So I'm just gonna try something here. I'm gonna hold it with my knee, pop this new one on here, situation is a mess. I am such a dingus. Okay, let's see. That one can't come off because there's an end on that cable. Oh my goodness. Alright, just put this on here. That's the lower one, so it needs to go on that side. Pull it through. Holy goodness. Oh, goodnesses. Oh, that's too, see, that's too far to, or wait. Yeah, that's gotta be too far. I'm probably gonna have to go find another spacer that's smaller. The one that was on top is only like a millimeter, and a millimeter in addition to that is just like nothing. But look how far down my fork is in my stem now. Like probably too far to even grab the bolt. Barely, like the tiniest amount of grip in there. I would have loved to use that big spacer, but it's just already bottomed out. All right, so we're gonna have to find a spacer, which means I'm gonna have to go grab my coffee can of stuff. All right. Got it. Set it to the side. Do you have a small top cap? No, it's the normal one. That's the thing. This is the top cap that came with my fork. I don't know. Odyssey sent me this fork. I don't know. It's the normal R32, because I originally had a like different. There's something different about my original fork that they sent me. I say it should at least be above the top punch bolt. Honestly, I don't even know if it was or not. Let me look at it. I mean, it was probably above it, but I don't know. The cap on the top of the bearing, yes, it is a small one. It's just as small as you can get it. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab this coffee can here and just bring the whole thing over. Yeah. Yo, I got some old history lesson stuff. Just a couple things. All right. So much easier when I'm not plugged into my computer. Maybe I'm gonna do it like this more often. Okay. I've always ran mine into the bottom bolt. Dude, that's sketchy. RIP Odyssey keychain. Dang it, I should have talked about that in the news video. I didn't even think about it. They're not making the keychain anymore. I'm not gonna talk about that until I get some more keychains for stocking up. You gotta be joking. Do I really not have one? Shoot. I don't want to go inside. I actually don't have one in here. Why can this never be simple, man? It can never just be easy and simple and work the way that it's supposed to. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a trip outside. Might as well get zip ties too. You know what? You're probably right. I should. I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna check in my car. I feel like I have some headset spacers in here because I always like to keep a couple miscellaneous things for anyone who might like need it on their bike. This is an adventure for you guys today. Holy cow. Okay. So first we check that, if you know what it is. No, oops. There's a Crown Race for a fork, but not a headset spacer. Man, I don't want to go inside. I know I had one in the house. I don't want to go in there right now. No, there's a freaking headset, a whole headset, but no spacers. Why are all these little miscellaneous parts so hard to like keep track of? I literally don't have one in here. Shoot. Unless, nope, that's hub bearing. This is annoying. It is so cold and windy. Oh, what's that? What's in this bag? I found my other barrel adjusters. Oh my gosh. I looked in here for like 15 minutes and could not find some barrel adjusters. Sick. Those are going in my bag. I have to go in the house. I don't really feel like doing that. Maybe we should just run with what we've got in there. I got a couple more options here. If you're anything like me, all your stuff is everywhere. You don't have anything in the same place ever. Sorry if it's windy. We're going on an adventure back to the garage. I hate the word content, but this is sure as heck some content, isn't it? Okay. Let's see. I know there's not one in here. I was just looking in this, but I was not looking for headset spacers. The thing is, I don't know where I had different headset spacers in my bike. Like when I got it, or when I built it. I don't know, guys. Also, the news videos I have at this point. Just in case any of you were wondering. Yep, no headset spacers in here. Shoot! Alright. Nothing there. Oh, what about... Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Dang it. Just kidding. No headset spacers on there either. There's an old fork. There's another old fork here with nothing on it. Old pedal pins. Ooh. I'm just gonna put that away. A mouse. Found that box. This is frustrating. I'm genuinely sorry for this lack of preparedness, but we're gonna make it work. Just gotta find some stuff here. You need a park toolbox to hold all your small parts. You ain't kidding, man. I have way too many small parts is the thing. All right, I'm over it. I guess I'm gonna have to run in the house quick. For anyone who's gonna hang out, oops, it's all good, it happens to the best of us. Clearly, I am not the best of us. Nothing in that box. That's an old torch with nothing on it. Shoot. Let's see. I know where it went. Or wait, just kidding. It's on that bike. Shoot. The spacer I need is right there. There's two of them. They're on Victoria's bike. And then there's two big spacers on that bike. All right, guys. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to put the other spacer on, the big spacer again. And we're going to check it out a little closer. Because I have a feeling that the big spacer is probably fine. And I'm just being a baby. But we're going to see. Actually, no. The big spacer's not fine because I can't get the bolt to tighten. There's nothing I can do with this. The gyro plate is a thing. Unless I just move this tiny little millimeter spacer to the bottom, which is literally a millimeter. All right. I'm gonna run inside for 1 second. I literally know where there's a spacer. Told you I knew where there was one at. Chill day at the shop. I'm glad you guys hung out. Now, here's the real question. Does both of these equal one of these? Yes, it does. It is exactly what I thought. Ha! Oh, that's annoying. Well, shit. What do we do, folks? Do we shave one of them down somehow? How do I make a headset spacer smaller? Do you still use GoPros? I saw an $80 plus 80 plus piece accessory kit for like $10 on Amazon. That's pretty cheap. Use the thin one on one of the I don't know. I'm just gonna put the big one back in there for a second. Yeah, that's what she said. Ha ha ha. Put this in here. And just, I'm gonna try it. I know I just like spent all of that time searching. It's like, how do I explain? I got in late. How come you need I need a bigger spacer. I just had that bigger one in my bag. So here's what we're dealing with. This cable. This cable is being too much right now. Can you see what I'm working with here? That much room. There's the bolt. I mean, it definitely goes above. No, it doesn't. It's like not even halfway. Okay, so that's option one. Option two. The two spacers. The one spacer I already had on it. That doesn't even fit. That's not an option. It's for on top of the stem. These two are actually smaller. This is frustrating. I don't want to die because I have too big of a headset spacer. That literally doesn't even grab in the cap doesn't. It will never be parallel. Don't shave it. Yeah, I can't do that. Oh my gosh, that feels like it's just gonna like strip out so bad. Don't go below the highest bolt. The news is up, Kevin. The news is up. Let's see what happens when we try and tighten this. It tightens. I mean, it's serving its purpose. It's tightening it the way it's supposed to. It raises my bars up a solid, what is that, 1/4 inch? So you have a tall spacer and two that add up to the same. Yes, Russell. I have two small ones right here. And then the one that's in there that is the same as both of these. Then there's this tiny thing that I had on top of my stem. Just because it came with the forks when I got them. That was the main reason I had that. So use the one that is half the size and the one that you took out. I can't. Do you have a taller headset cap? I do not. I don't think so anyway. There is another headset cap in here. I'll just throw on the Crown Race as a spacer and call it good. Thought I had another cap in here. Yeah, right here. No, there's no way that's taller. I mean, I guess it is possible. The two you found were not the right size. Yeah, they're the same. Hold up. Guys. You ever been watching a live stream of somebody on YouTube who's trying to find a headset spacer? Can't seem to find a headset spacer. And then they dig a little bit deeper and find exactly what they need. Look what I just pulled out of there. It's half the size of the one that was in there. So I put these two together and it's exactly what I need. Dear God. It's smaller. It's going to be perfect. I'm even going to be able to use the tiny one on top of the stem now. What a joke, man. I need to clean it, though. Definitely need to clean it. This is one of those reasons those young bucks take their brakes off. No, you're exactly right. This is exactly the kind of situation that some kid would run into, get annoyed, and rip off their brakes because of. But you know what? That's not me. I'm just glad that I didn't put all that back together before digging through this thing again. Whoever said the smaller headset cap or the bigger headset cap comment, you saved this. What's up, Ruben? You saved the whole entire situation just now with that comment. Wait, can you even run an elementary stem with a gyro in new frames with a taller head tube? Looks like it wouldn't fit. Guess I'll have to continue riding my frame from 2011. Bro, you're just gonna have to get a longer steer tube. Or you just get some R32s, whack it off at the bottom, weld on a new steer tube longer. Or, you know, you put it on top there. Golden. There are some forks, some like modern forks that have like really long steer tubes. If you guys have just joined, you're gonna wanna watch the replay of this for the first time I loosened my stem or my headset up. Just trust me on this one. There's a reason why I'm being very careful right now. Okay, so we take off those, pop off that really tall sucker, and throw on. Okay, so the question is, which way do I want to do it? Do I want to do that one first, then that one? Or that one, then that one? We'll do it like that. Tall or skinny one on the top. Fat one on the bottom. Look at that. Perfectly in line. Perfectly in line with this top stem bolt. It would be dope if someone made a tube that could be threaded on so you wouldn't have to weld them. Oh. Would it be as strong? I don't know. R32 for life. That's what I'm saying, bud. R32 for life. We almost just had another situation like earlier. That would have been terrible. I love your videos and I love working on my brakes. Thank you. I like working on my brakes too. Oh, that. All you have to do is be determined. Don't give up. Be persistent. And ride bikes for 14 years so you have parts laying around that just happen to all be perfect. Because that just worked out perfectly. Now I have a taller system here. The whole point of all this, let's bring it all back around. The whole point of this entire freaking craziness was to raise up my stem and get more room between the gyro plate and the gyro, which we've just done. Made a whole lot more room. End of 2020, Brant will have full steel brake housing and we'll all be jealous. No. I honestly, the idea behind swapping out my cables yesterday too was to get linear cable housings, but the linear housing they had was black and it was on a quick slick cable or whatever that is, and it wasn't enough to make all four of my cable housings. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna choose between black and blue. Posted all that up, started to look at it before I realized this blue cable isn't even linear. It's just a normal coiled whatever cable, which is what I had on there, so it probably doesn't matter, but still. Okay, so now my bars are taller. What brake pads do you rock, Dexter Jr.? If I tell you that, am I gonna have to gruesomely murder you? No, actually, these are the Eclat brake pads. The ones that have the thread on or the bolt that goes into them. Eclat bolt on, I guess you would call it. Okay, so back to the whole point of all of this. We raised up the gyro, so now there's a lot more room between the gyro and the gyro plate, meaning that I can probably tighten this down and not bottom things out. And if I do, I'll have adjustment down here a little bit and we'll be all right. Clear Odyssey pads for the win. Clear Odyssey pads are good, but they've got the nut that goes on there and it sticks out super far. And I kind of got tired of catching my shoes and pants on it. So, first things first, I'm gonna tighten this down. Bring my bike back to me. That's first things first. Wow, there's a lot of play in my gyro. Are dual cables better than the old school ones? I personally like dual cables more because you have like a lot more adjustment. Odyssey ghost pads, I will never run those ever again. Odyssey literally sent me ghost pads. Thank you for that. But they just don't stick well enough for what I like to do. I had so many issues. What happened? I didn't pull all the slack out. Crap. That's okay. This one's not pulled all the way out either. Crap. Good thing I didn't tighten it down all the way. There. Oh, it didn't even leave a mark on the cable anyways. We're good. So pull that down. Pull that down. Tighten my gyro screw on one side, same thing on the other. Pull it all down. Now, moment of truth. Can't pull them hard, but can pull them. There is a lot of room there. Definitely gonna have to adjust a few things, but I think we're okay. How far do I have here? There's still a bit of room there. Ooh, that one comes up quite a bit more. That's because this one is further from the rim. Gyro almost hitting the top plate. It's close, but what am I gonna do? I have to adjust the bottom ones, which I have barrel adjusters down here for. Ghost pads are okay, get pretty dusty, and they're definitely spongier than regulars, I suppose. Eclat. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just could not do the ghost pads anymore. I rode them for a long time, and then literally I was having trouble pulling a trick. I think it was like an ice tap ice on the spine at Ray's, and I got so frustrated with it. I went up front and I bought a pair of the regular Slim by 4 pads, put them on, and pulled the trick I was trying first try. So it was like, at that point, I'm over it. Okay. So we're gonna have to adjust this one. As much as I didn't want to do any adjustments with the barrel adjusters, we're gonna have to on the bottom. actually have to on both sides. My spring tension feels like it's too much too. Straight. I've done as much as I can with the front half. I just need new brake arms. They've been so like, they flex so much. And wiggle around and it's all bad. But they're old, so what do you expect? Brake spring tension definitely feels like it's too tight. I'm confused. Can't stand the squeaking. That's understandable. Man, I didn't want to have to adjust these ones at all. But for some reason, this left side is closer to the top because more has to be pulled out. And the only way to fix that is by adjusting the back, which, I mean, I guess I can because it's a new cable and it would be fine. I think I'd rather do that than have to mess with stuff. I'm biking right now. Must be nice, man. It is a freaking crazy windstorm of craziness. Thanks, dog. Thanks for hanging out, Jack. I had to do that to mine when I switched to dual upper. I wonder if I can use these pliers to hold that while I loosen You can probably hear the wind. It is gnarly out there. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I actually definitely need to do this anyways. Just purely because of the fact that, jeez, it's falling on me. Purely due to the fact that this cable's new and is going to stretch. And if I already have to adjust it out, windy and cold. It is so windy right now. 65 degrees yesterday. It's going to be almost 60 on Sunday for us. Psyched for that. Alright, so what I need to do is pull out. Oh, I already bent the freaking inner though. That sucks. I need to go this way. This is all so confusing sometimes, but it's worth it. Brakes are worth it. I'd so much rather be able to do an infinitely higher number of tricks than not have brakes. That's straightened out. Same, brakes rule. Brakes do rule. Brakes rule a lot. How many of you guys are in here because of the news video being live? And then noticing that I'm streaming right after the fact. There we go. Get in the brake arm. What the heck? Oh, huh. Let that out. Even for street. Is it weird that I ride brakes but ride brakes? I don't know what that means. You ride brakes but you ride brakes? So you ride brakes? Do I need to rotate it? It feels like it needs rotated or something. Which I should still be able to do. That's a whole lot better. It's still pulling higher. Why? Thank you. Thank you for the compliment on the bike. You're from Canada, Todd. I haven't even got notified of the news video. Only notification for the live stream. Well, hopefully I didn't ruin the news video this week by going live right as it was supposed to, or as it did. I'm so lost as to why it's doing that. So if I tighten this barrel adjuster, ooh, my brakes feel a lot better. But it's still almost bottomed out on that one while this side is not. I'm so confused. Sometimes riding brakes can be a little bit confusing, not going to lie. Because I have to pull this all the way out for it to match. How does that make any sense? Do I need to go further down? Takes at least an hour or more to fix them. It really does. But man, once it's done, they feel so good. So what happens if we pull the gyro down further in this whole situation? Tighten it down. Oh, sorry. I thought I saw a super chat. So if that comes through there and that's tightened there, No, that needs to be bottomed out. Freaking A. Well, at least they look even now. Is it too loose? It's not that it's too loose, it's just that the gyro, the spacing, turn this way, or even this way a little bit. The spacing for the gyro was different between both sides. I think it's good now. So the gyro lifts to pull the wire, yes. But you want it to be less lower. No. So the gyro goes like this because there's two cables in it. Cables here, gyro lifts. When I'm doing it, one side of the gyro is higher than the other. It was anyways, but I think I got it now. At least I got it as good as I'm gonna get it. I feel like I could probably let that, no, because it can't go down more. The trials and tribulations of a BMX brake rider. Had to unevenly adjust my brake barrel adjusters to get it right. See, that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to avoid. All right, the pull is good now. They pull and hit the rim evenly. The only barrel adjusters that are out are these top ones because they're so long. But, what's up, Trenton? What if we go down all the way with them? And then pull out the back ones a little more. Doesn't look bad, Nate. Yeah, I think it's good. I'm just being super tedious because it's new cables and I want it to be correct and good and done and good and all that. Ah, too much cable. I have to because I didn't pull them out far. Ooh, that feels nice. I think we're good. So let's finish this up. Is the left side wire connected? It looks loose. They're all connected. Oh, how did I do this the first time? Like this. I believe so. Man, I haven't said it one time. Shout out to Park Tool. Shout out to Park Tool for sure. I'm going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. Shout out to Park Tool, followed by loosening something, thinking I'm tightening it. All right. Okay. So that actually got it closer to the rim, which means I can get rid of some of this adjustment. Oh, that feels great. New brakes, who dis? Oh yeah. Too bad you guys don't have brake feel-o-vision. How's that look? Dan, if you watch this in the future, I'm responding to your comment on the YouTube video right now. There's no information out about the Eclat tubeless rims. How can you make any claims about them? Oh, so I'm good on this thing. Where's my bag? Get some cable ends. I'm gonna do the gyro cables correctly this time with ends. Oh, okay, that's the leftover wire. Yeah, I have lots of extra wire in here because I used the tightened part for it. They look like they feel awesome. They're not bad. They're not the best, but they're not bad either. They're miles better. How is a rim 50-50 tubeless? You have to put a rim strip in it. You also have to put in the valve stem. And how can you have a 50% of a tube? You can't. I think we're good. It's not that it's half tubeless, half regular. I think you mean it's an option between tubeless or regular. So with the Eclat ones, they're gonna make you only be able to be tubeless, huh? That sucks. The Alienation ones at least allow you to have tubes if you want them. You still dialing your brakes in 2 days later? Hey! Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, I'm just putting some ends on these cables here. So yeah, we can agree on that. The apparently the Eclat tubeless system is always tubeless. You don't have a choice between being tubeless and not, which in my opinion kind of sucks. What'd you say? Sunday video, Brant fixed his brake. I put some brakes on, or put some new cables on yesterday. Man, I guess I'm gonna have to wait and use my brake tool. I'm out. Good luck. Love the videos. Thank you, Todd. That straight cable is starting to sound good. Never. Just kidding. I don't have any problems with straight cables. I just prefer a gyro. And these days in my riding life, I seem to be doing lots of bar spins and tail whips. Never ever thought I would say that. One sec. That's what she said. You're from South Africa. Nice. Thanks for tuning in. Boom. That is one thing my brake system was missing for a long time. Try and bend it up. Goodness. Get your new frame tomorrow. Which frame? I forget. Oh, I can hear it like raining, kind of. The Colt Too Short. Oh, that just made it a whole lot different. I hope you love your new frame. Crazy how those those wires, cables, yes, cables hanging there can make such a difference. I also forgot. I don't know how true my rim is right now. Oh, it's good. Looks like the straddle cable is pulling weird. I don't have a straddle cable. I have dual lower cables, so there's no straddle cable there. Something does feel funky. This is just too much work. That was not it. Ever tried bearing / headset from Kink? No. South African. Thank you for hanging out and tuning in all the way from South Africa. That's crazy. I appreciate you. When you pull them, I think the arm is on your tire. No, nothing's on the tire. Oh, that feels heavenly. The only problem is that there's just too much slack. The brake pull's too long. So I gotta evenly adjust the barrel adjusters out. Thanks for coming into my live stream to make fun of my handlebars. I'm so upset. They're nowhere street treat handlebars. I think we might be done, folks. Just here to say what's up and leaving a like. Thank you, Zimba. You're the man. Can I spin this all the way around? Ooh. My headset is too tight. Gotta loosen that up just a touch. We gotta make sure we can still do bar spins. We're golden on that. That feels good. So let's straighten out the stem and fork. I don't have my typical setup for this. I normally do this on the ground. I appreciate you. Karen, I think. I can't read from far away. I cannot believe I've been going live for another hour. How do I check this the way I normally do? They are straight. I missed the chat. $22.40 in Germany. Sounds late. What is that? 10 p.m.? Or almost 11. Almost 11. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so. Ooh. Stem. It's tight. It's straight. Headset. Seems good. It's almost 2 p.m. here in Canada. Well, I'm assuming that means it's almost 5 p.m. here in Ohio. I am rocking the Eclat force pads, I think. If you ever get a hub, do you mean hub guard? I did end up getting a hub guard, Ryan. Thank you for offering that one. I think I ended up with the same one, the G Sport Uniguard. It's almost 3 p.m. here in Mexico. I appreciate it though, Ryan. I like these pads because of one huge reason. If you look, oh jeez, my bike just like trapped me. If you look at this pad, the bolt goes into the brake pad rather than the bolt coming out of it and you putting a nut on there. So with that, it means that female bolt. Thank you. Thank you for that. It means that you don't have to worry about your shoes getting caught on it. I think it looks a lot cleaner. think we're done. Everything else is just tiny little adjustments with the barrel adjusters. Why? Okay, I'm gonna only address this because you're being really ignorant. My seat does not dictate whether or not I'm gay. That's gay. It's not gay. It's how I like it, and it's called freestyle for a reason. So, you might enjoy my stuff, and you might like me, but if you're gonna act like that, I don't like you. Dinner is on later, Gator. Enjoy that dinner. I think I should cut this one a little tiny bit shorter, but I don't want to tell them. Well, I just don't appreciate people coming in here and being ignorant like that. Is your bike fairly lightweight? I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what lightweight is considered, but it's around 26 pounds, like mid 26, I think. Some people might consider that heavy, and I'm honestly like not even sure what am I trying to say? What would make things heavy on here? Obviously, I have steel pegs that are 4.5 inches. I've got a steel hub guard sprocket, but like forks, they're light forks. The Free Coaster's about the same weight as a cassette. The Free Coaster's almost the same weight as a cassette. It's way lighter than any other Free Coaster. Frame's under 5 pounds. Stem should be fairly light. I guess brakes are part of it. I need to true this rim. It's annoying the crap out of me. Are you still using that Planetary Free Coaster? Does this answer your question? Oh wait, I guess I should put this up here so you can see it's not going anywhere. The bars are kind of beefy. I mean, I guess. I don't really know if they are. Maybe the tires are heavy. That tires reminds me though. I need to put spokes in my bag and put some spokes on there. Spokes in here. I have 6 missing spokes on my left side of my front wheel. Not good. Definitely need to do something about that tomorrow, especially if I'm gonna ride. Hear that? That's death. That's why I'm gonna put some spokes in it tomorrow morning before we go to Ray's. Or at Ray's, maybe. When it's done, let us see a test drive. I legitimately don't have enough room here to ride, so I'm not gonna. But I'll ride tomorrow. I think I'm done. All new brake pads. Oh, that feels fantastic right there. I wish the entire rim was perfectly true so it all felt that good. What pressure are your forks at? These forks are rigid forks, so they're at 100%. I'm OCD. I can't even ride with a broken spoke. I used to be that way, but I kind of just keep forgetting to put new spokes in it, honestly. Well, yeah, no fork pressure here. We're riding a BMX bike. No, you don't have to adjust forks on the BMX bike. I'll show you. Look, rigid. What do you think? Blue cables. I think it looks great. In retrospect, I would have someone gave me an idea yesterday that I would have taken if I got it soon enough, to do blue cables on the top and black cables on the bottom. It would have looked awesome, but I didn't think about it, and I didn't get the memo. I didn't get the idea soon enough to actually do it. That being said, I think we're done. I need to clamp these cable ends with my Park tool. I think it's, I forget the number, but it's the cable cutters. Need to do that, and then we're done. We're ready to ride. I'm gonna ride tomorrow. It's been almost an hour. It's been an hour and 15 minutes, almost been an hour and 20 minutes. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna wrap up this stream. Thank you guys all for tuning in. If you haven't, go check out the BMX news video because it is live now. I'm gonna put these in my bag forever just because of today's situation. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Can't wait to ride this bike tomorrow, test out the new brake cables, and we'll see you tomorrow actually for another video. I'll see you in the news video, and thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.